Greetings, YouTube. Recently, I have been going through the Chuck series, the television series. It was a 5-season series, and I've started to enjoy the first season so much I went out and bought the entire thing. So now I have the whole series, and I can watch the whole thing beginning to end. I'll be getting rid of the first season because I have 2 of them now. And it got me thinking about spy gadgets, because one of the great things about this show is it's very much James Bondian, and it's spy gadgets, all kinds of different spy gadgets doing all kinds of different things. Because it's a lighter show. It's not, I mean, it's got some serious moments, but it's played for laughs in many ways. And so it got me thinking, how often do we use espionage in fantasy games, in your classic Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder style games? Now, some of the spells are really obvious, like, teleport and dimension door, but to me those are really great exit strategies. Those are your escape plan to get into a place, to really do the whole Mission Impossible thing. That's the fun part. And there are lots of spells and magic items and things that can really make your life easier. One of the first things that came into my mind would be like a polymorph. Because polymorph itself can actually, make you look like somebody else, so that helps you get in. But it also can, you can change someone into a mouse, and a single person could walk in with the right kind of disguise and credentials and carry their entire adventuring party in their pocket. Literally in their pocket. Or just crawl through a vent as mice. Or gaseous form your way in through vents. Or say the whole party decides to do the gaseous form thing, and they start to infiltrate in some citadel, then find themselves getting sucked into an unknown ventilation system and pulled into some underground dig site because the bad guy is trying to dig up some uber powerful artifact, and now the party is in a place they're not prepared to be in, and now their spell's gone, so what do? That's cool. That's right there is a great story hook. But because there across your invisibilities and your ethereal form, those are higher level things, and sometimes they're a little boring. You want to be sneaky. You want to have that danger. The spider climb spell, which is climbing across the ceiling in the hopes that the guy below you is not looking up. Stuff like out of video games. Because the options are just endless when it comes to magic items and spells and stuff. So, I thought I'd open up this topic and see how many of you folks out there have used espionage style tactics, and what spells and magic items from D&D or Pathfinder can you think of that would be really great in that Mission Impossible James Bond kind of a universe. I can remember one time I had a character, he picked up a ring of invisibility, and one of the first things I did with it, because I found it near the end of the adventure, so I didn't really have a purpose, didn't have a use for it in the adventure itself. So I started playing practical jokes on the people in my party between adventures. And one of my other players in the group was just marveled at the fact that I was able to find so many different creative ways of using what he viewed as a one-note magic item. I'm like, dude, you're invisible! You can do so much stuff with that! And finding the options, finding all the different permutations you can with something is one of the things I like. It's like when I'm reading science fiction and someone introduces a piece of technology. I immediately try to figure out how many dozen different ways can I use this thing. How can I break the systems around me with this thing? Something that Star Trek failed miserably at. They come up with a neat invention, you use it in one episode, and they never refer to it again. That's not how engineers work. Engineers want to break the universe with everything they've invented. And we here, right now, we can break the universe with magic items and spells and be keen-ass James Bond wizards. So let's talk about espionage and how to apply magic.